Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I'm going to be doing a pretty comprehensive review of the Surfshark VPN and see whether or not it lives up to the hype. So I've also downloaded Surfshark onto my computer so you guys can see a behind the scenes look of how they actually perform for things like streaming Netflix and other countries, and also torrenting as well. So quickly, before I do get stuck into this review, I'll just let you guys know that I do have a massive 85% discount link down below in the video description if you are looking to sign up with Surfshark. Okay guys, so I'm going to get stuck straight into this review. So for the actual Surfshark company, they established themselves in late 2018, and since their inception they've gained a massive amount of attention, and if you go onto any kind of top 10 list online, you're most likely going to see Surfshark. So for such a kind of short history of a company, they've really done quite good things to date, and I believe one of the major reasons for this success is their really low pricing. So if I just go down to their homepage, you can see just how insanely cheap they are. So right off the bat, they are $1.77 per month, which when compared to their competition, they by far blow them out of the water. So from the top of my head, I believe NordVPN, which is by far the biggest VPN provider out there, is $3.49 per month, and I believe ExpressVPN is around $7 to $8 a month. So this is like well below half price when compared to their major competitor, which is NordVPN. And as a side note, this pricing is based on a 27-month plan, so this does allow users to kind of lock in that cheap price for that amount of time. And another thing I do really like about this pricing structure is that you can sign up for a month or 12 months, so you can kind of try before you do invest for that longer time contract. And another thing I did really like about their sign-up process was that you actually can select the currency of your country. So when I've signed up for other VPNs, they're all in American dollars. However, if you are outside of America, you kind of just have to guess as to what you'll be paying. But for myself, I'm in Australia, so I can easily just toggle this on and see the actual pricing of what it will cost me in my country. Alright guys, so when it comes to the features of Surfshark, I'd say they're pretty on par with the other providers out there. They provide all of the basic things that you'd come to expect with a good VPN, and this is a strict no logs policy, and they also do have kill switches, private DNS and leak protection, and also multi-hop, which allows you to connect to multiple locations at once. And they also do have military grade encryption and also secure protocols as well. So as for the features, I'd say they're pretty on par with their other major competitors. There's nothing that particularly stands out to me personally, but nonetheless they are still quite good when it comes to the overall VPNs and the features that they do provide. So when it comes to the servers that Surfshark provides, they do have only 1,000 servers. So when compared to their competition, this is maybe something that does let them down a bit. I do believe that NordVPN has over 5,000 servers, and I believe ExpressVPN has around 2,500 to 3,000. So as far as the servers that are available, they are on the lesser side, but for that price, I believe that it's still pretty good value. And they do cover 61 countries as well. And from my own experience, I've been able to connect to the UK, US, Canada, Japan, Australia, and the list pretty much does go on, and I've had no issues to date to connecting to those types of servers. And on their actual webpage, you can actually search for servers and to see which cities they might be in your particular country. So I'm just going to move on to another aspect of Surfshark, which is very important to me personally, and that is actually their no-log policy. So a lot of VPNs say they are no-log, but once you actually dig deeper, you'll actually see that they actually, maybe do track a certain amount of usage. So as for actual Surfshark, they don't track your IP address, your browsing history, your bandwidth, the session information, network traffic, and connection timestamps as well. So if you really want to be anonymous online and not to be tracked, then Surfshark is actually a really good option, and they're kind of on par with the strict no logging policy with NordVPN, ExpressVPN, and also ISP as well. So when it comes to the amount of devices that you can connect on Surfshark, this is another thing that does kind of set them apart when compared to the competition. And this is that you can connect an unlimited amount of devices, which is just insane. So I'm not sure if you could actually connect to maybe 100 or 200 devices. I'm sure there's most probably a kind of a limit to this unlimited kind of clause. I know for kind of web hosting companies, they say that you can have unlimited hosting, but within reason. But even so, I'm sure they just use this to lure people into their kind of service. And even if you use maybe 10 to 15 devices, I'm pretty sure they're not going to care about that, as most VPN providers do allow you to connect kind of 5 to 8 devices at once. So there's only so much devices that you personally will have, and this is also a really good tool if you do kind of own a business and you want to connect all devices within your business to make sure they are secure and encrypted. So as for the platforms that can be used with Surfshark, it's got all the usuals that you'd come to expect: Mac OS, Windows, Linux, iOS, and Android. And then you can also connect it to third-party devices like Fire TV, Apple TV, and also Xbox, PlayStation, and Chrome and stuff like that. And as for the actual desktop app, like any good VPN, once you do have it downloaded, it connects to your entire computer. So this means you don't have to mess around with any like pesky additional browser kind of extensions or plugins. It just means that once you do have it downloaded, it connects to your entire device, which just makes the whole kind of user experience a lot more seamless. So the next thing I'm going to move on to is actually a real world scenario of using Surfshark. So I'm going to just connect to an American-based server using Surfshark, just so you guys can get a real world kind of feel of how Surfshark actually works and the speeds that you're likely to get. So at the moment, I'm just connected to my basic Australian server, and this means I'm missing out on a ton of content. And just to show you guys this, I'm just going to search for Marvel movies. And unfortunately, we don't have access to any Marvel titles or Disney movies in Australia. And I believe this is the case for most countries out there as well. However, once I do open up Surfshark, I can just open up this now. I'll just go to the Surfshark app. And then once it is open, pretty much I can just go ahead and search for any particular country. And in this instance, I'm going to search for the United States. And then once it does show up, I can toggle down and select a particular city. However, I just find it's a lot easier just to click on the United States, and then this will automatically connect me to the fastest server. So I'm just going to give that a couple of moments, and then I can see I am now connected, and I'm connected to a server in Las Vegas. So now I'm just going to go back to my Netflix homepage. And then I'm just going to go ahead and refresh my browser, which will then put me onto the American version of Netflix. So once that reloads, I can now go ahead and search for Marvel movies. So I'm just going to do this now. Search for that one. And as you can see, guys, we now have various Marvel movies and additional TV shows that I wasn't able to access just moments ago. So I'm just going to click into one of these just so you guys can get a kind of feel for the buffering and the speed and the definition that you're likely going to get on Netflix when using Surfshark. So as you can see, guys, the load times are almost instant, and I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but the definition is in HD as well. So when it comes to accessing Netflix from other countries around the world, I found Surfshark to actually be surprisingly really good, and I also use NordVPN, and I'd say they're kind of on the same level as far as reliability and speeds is concerned. So another thing I'm going to show you guys is kind of speeds of downloading torrents. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and opened up my uTorrent just so you guys can get a real world example for speeds and using torrents. So I'm just downloading a random file at the moment, and as you can see, I'm getting speeds of around 2 megabytes per second, which is really good. From my previous experience of using other VPNs, I was getting around half a megabyte to 1.5 per second. So this definitely is on the higher end of the spectrum. And also when it comes to downloading torrents, you can feel confident that your IP address is fully hidden when you are using Surfshark. So that wraps up my review, guys. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you. Again, don't forget to check out the 85% discount link down below if you are looking to save some money with Surfshark.